I was thrilled that Jim said yes to introducing me. Jim and his family, Cynthia and Anna, who are here today, are very dear friends of mine and of my parents, and we consider them as family. So I'm very pleased that you could join and be included in today's activities. Thank you. I'm also both honored and thrilled to be included in this event today and to be included with the group of individuals that have come before me that were inducted last year as well as that are being inducted here today. I'm not quite sure how I got in with this group because I'm in awe of the individuals up here, and I also am quite thrilled to be included with the group that has represented Michigan State so proudly, and I hope to be able to continue that tradition because I love the university so much. I'd like to take my brief remarks and focus in on a couple of the individuals that have been very special to me and have had a very strong influence in my sports successes. There are an awful lot of people that are deserving of recognition, but I'd just like to single out just a few of them because they deserve the recognition with me here today, because without them I would not be standing here. Anyone who knows me knows how much my family, my parents, my sister, and my brother, and now my husband, have meant to me, and how they've been and continue to be involved in all aspects, joys, and successes of my life. In fact, I have never been able to really fully enjoy an accomplishment until I've been able to share it with them. During college, both at MSU and Oxford, I'd hate to know what their phone bills were because I phoned an awful lot and I had to talk to everybody. But I really mean that. Even today, when I was told about my induction in here, the first thing I did was get on the phone and call my parents and call my sister and call my brother and let them share in that activity. And although this honor is being given to me today, I would like to pass on the recognition to my parents who have meant so very much to me and really enabled all of this to happen. To a very great extent, the person I am today and was at college is a direct result of my parents. I grew up in a fantastic environment. There aren't any two people more suited to being parents than my mom and dad. My mom and dad gave each of us children a delight and enjoyment of the world, a sense of optimism and wonder in things, a respect for all people, a drive to always do your best, and the security in knowing that whatever that was, first, last, or in between, as long as the effort was there, that it was good enough. They also taught us to be individuals, and they taught us to seek excellence and enjoy life, and also to love athletics. My mom always reminded me to keep things in perspective and to thank God for the normal days in life, as that is where most of your life will be lived. And when it is denied, it will be most missed. And I have remembered that ever since she told me that. My parents encouraged and supported me without pushing. They never pushed and never tried to showcase. They allowed each one of us to develop the individuals that we wanted to be and supported and helped nurture so that we could bring that to fruition. And to this day, they are two of the three people, my husband now being the third, in this world that I most admire, respect, love, and owe so much. I thank them for this precious gift of allowing and helping me to become the person I am. And I'd like to introduce them to you, if you could quickly stand. This is my mother, Nanette, and my father, Patrick. My sister was not able to be with us today. She's on call, so otherwise she would be here because I know she also attended as many of the track meets as she could throughout Michigan State. A couple of other just real small examples in terms of how they brought me in through athletics. I think my earliest remembrances when I look back at some of our films was with my brother. My brother got me into weight training. Before I was even in school and we were with our tricycles, I noticed to this nice little picture watching films, and we're riding our trikes, and I have a wagon in the back of mine, and we're going down the hill because we lived on the bottom of Mark Road. Next scene we have is we're coming back around the corner. There I come on my tricycle. We then see my brother Mark in the wagon, and the front wheel of his tricycle is in the back of the wagon. So they got me involved early with weight training. As Jim had mentioned, my parents got a track team at high school so that I could compete in the state meet and also eventually get a scholarship at Michigan State University. But what they didn't mention was a lot of the early coaching was with my dad. He coached a junior high school team, a boys team. We had about 90 guys out for the team. And that was my first introduction to track, and I did love it. We also approached an awful lot of the training in the summer rather scientifically. We did, but my regular coaches ended up being very scared on these things. We did things like towing. We put a rope to the back of the vehicle that I would hold on to, and we go out to a football field, and he would go slightly faster than what I could run, and that would triple the leg speed. We also tried starts into tackling dummies. I always was a poor starter, so I'm sure the rest of the neighborhood was saying, my God, this father's trying to kill his daughter. My coach is saying you're going to get a shoulder separation. Why are you coming out of a starting block into tackling dummies? But you know, it really brought a closeness, and it also, we were able to approach running and bring the academic part into it as well. There are a lot of long hours in the Silver Dome, a lot of long hours trying to get weights downstairs. We used some milk cartons and poured sand in it and then water to get it more heavy, put ropes up underneath. One of the things, though, that I think that brought out was that people often say that successful athletes have natural talent. And I would say that they do, but I believe that they have a very unnatural level of discipline and perseverance and a love of the sport that sees them through to be able to accomplish their dreams. I'd also like to recognize some very special coaches. In high school, Mr. Ford was the coach of the Motor City Track Club that I joined and ran for him for, I think it was 3 years. Judy Brown also ran on the team, and we also had Kim Turner, who's received one of the Olympic medals in the hurdles. Mr. Ford is one of the dearest, talented, and most generous persons that I know. He took these people, he was a superb coach, he took a lot of these girls and provided really a family for them. And he also gave us an opportunity to run at a national level at a very early age. We went to a lot of different colleges and competed there, and were quite successful at it. And anybody who knows Mr. Ford knows how much he gives to his athletes, and he is continuing to coach this day. I came to Michigan State because of Dr. Jackson first, and I don't know how many people here remember Dr. Jackson, but she was quite a lady. And second, for the program. When I first met her, I was struck by the integrity and the excellence of character and the strength of her character. And I wanted to run for her, and I'm glad that I had the opportunity. She was one of the classiest individuals. She really pulled together a team that I don't think, it would be very tough for any coach to pull together again. She had a group of athletes that were scholar athletes and were very strong in character, and she demanded excellence in character from us. And it was a pleasure to run on the team, as well as to have the teammates that I'll always cherish. I'd also like to thank Mr. Bibbs here today and Karen Dennis. They gave me an awful lot of inner strength and support, people that I dearly love, people that, Mr. Bibbs, you helped me through some of my toughest times when I had the stress fracture, and you always knew that no matter what happened, Mr. Bibbs was there at the end of the finish line with open arms and there to give you the support that you needed at the time. And I'm delighted to be able to give you the respect and the recognition that's due you. Thank you. And of course, I am forever grateful of the important role MSU has played in my life. MSU gave me the foundation to realize my dreams and the opportunity to pursue my interests in academics and sports. It gave me the foundation to become the person I am today and the preparation to join the world's fight and to make a difference to individuals and to the greater whole. MSU solidified my love of life and my sense of wonder, and it provided me the best possible education and training. And last, I'd like to recognize the person who brings delight to my life daily, the person who is my best friend, and the person that makes my clothes decisions for me. He has much better clothes sense than I do, so I'm dressed much better now that I know him. And someone that I love more than life itself, my husband, Bill. Thank you.